Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Age of Wonders Planetfall. The sharp-eyed among you may note this is not exactly where our armies were at the end of the last episode. I had a minor technical issue there, lost a couple minutes of recording. It's okay, nothing meaningful has happened. We've just been slowly approaching the Forbidden Archives on this side, and continuing to prepare ourselves to attack the Commodity Shipping Center on this side. The one interesting thing that we did miss is that a hero showed up. This guy. Showed up and asked if he could join up with the army at the cost of 100 energy. I mean, that's basically nothing, right? We have a ton of energy and we're not really using it for stuff. So we have another hero. He has a big gun. I'm excited to see how it performs. So I think this is going to be the turn where we actually attack. This is the turn where we're considering attacking again. We have now 3 of these regenerating frenzied in this army. Hold on, we should look at our notifications here. We have a message from the Scyfish. They would like it if we would build 200 production worth of diplomatic robes for them. They're tired of being naked. Organics use clothes, pageantry, formality. We desire glamour and courtesy. Well, sure, who doesn't? There's a nice universal concern here. Yeah, alright, in 10 turns, make 200 production worth of diplomatic robes. Let's do it. This colony isn't even actually building anything right now. So where do I find... Here we go. Oh yeah, an 85 output per turn. Microoks can get this done on its own very quickly. Alright, let's have a look at this. So what are the odds that we could take this down now? Oh, right. You know what? I was told this. You can't use multiple armies to attack the contents of a building. Well, we have a partial army nearby. What we'll do, I guess, is just take this as 2 separate fights. So let's engage in some manual combat here. We'll try to wipe these guys out, and if we are unsuccessful, but we manage to injure them badly enough, the backup army can just sweep in and handle it. That is a pretty impressive whatever it is that is. And they definitely have some big, terrifying things. No two ways about that. It was nice of them to come out and meet us in the field here. So, let's have a look at these. It does only have 80 health. It looks terrifying, but it does only have 80 health. This Amazonian Lancer has a laser lance, which is bad for us. We have Focused Hate. This unit channels their intense hatred for the target, dealing psionic damage. Boy, that's quite a bit of damage relative to a lot of the things that we've been fighting so far. And I don't know that we're going to be able to get over to them this turn. Every 2 turns, the defenders resupply from the spaceport, gaining a stacking 1 armor and healing them for 10, and resetting their ability cooldowns. Wow, that's pretty cool. We're going to have access to some of our tactical stuff next turn, though. Things are going to get better for us. I think we pretty much just have to close. We're not going to be able to do this in a way that doesn't get us shot. All of their attacks have a ton of range. So I think we want to run as far forward as we reasonably can while maintaining some kind of cover. We just need to get in there and get the thing done. Alright, you guys... I mean, I really do want to get forward. Yeah, this way we have cover on both of our side flanks. Boy, I sure hope I'm not just getting all of my frenzied killed. Some nice high frontal cover. We might actually be able to get off a couple of good splash vomits, depending on how they move next turn. Okay, so you have your Psi rifle, which takes the full action. You have a Thrax pistol, which is fine. Attempt to curse unit with insects made of psionic energy, causing intense pain. The target dies while affected. The insects burst, dealing damage and spreading filled with despair to every enemy within 2 hexes. That seems, like, very powerful. Okay, definitely want to use that on somebody when they get low. Alright, where's a... Okay, this spot has some cover. Not from the front, sadly. Maybe here? It's not great, but I really don't want to stand in the open. And these guys also really don't want to be in the open. It teleports themselves, spreading a cloud of obscuring smoke, and it leaves them with 1 point so they can snapshot afterward. I don't know that I want to get them like super involved right at the moment. I think maybe the right move here is just move forward and go on Overwatch. This is a little awkward, the approach. What is the range of my Overwatch? Okay, it's fairly considerable. I'm gonna move up here. We'll stay on the outside. I'm a little worried about them just like moving a guy to here and shooting straight down if we crouch in the hallway. Ooh, our angle is pretty limited by all the cover, unfortunately. He's just in defense mode? Did I... I sure didn't want him to be in defense mode. Well, I guess he's flying and fast moving. It probably won't matter that much, but he's gonna throw a lot less gunk than I would like next turn. Did I do that? Maybe I double-clicked when I was putting someone in defense mode? It's like accidentally twitch of the finger sort of thing? I guess it's possible. Alright, let's see how bad this turns out to be. Okay, we're resisting their psionic attacks. Hey, that looks awfully familiar. Wow, 26 damage. That was very extreme. That was an extreme amount of damage. So we got to try to kill something, right? I think our move here has to be, let's actually kill whatever we can kill. All right, can you please come and participate in the battle? Yeah, we can move to here and have a pretty good shot on this guy. Doesn't really do any special damage or anything. We could move forward a little bit more and give him the caustic smoke. Melt an armor off. But then I have to move my units around in the caustic smoke, right? I think I'll just take a couple of gunk shots at him. It's going to take some doing to actually kill this thing. These guys are a little bit softer, right? Yeah, only 50 health. I think I'm going to try to bring that one down. So we could move to here and have a pretty reasonable shot. 65 to you. You know, honestly, this thing's not that much tougher. And it does seem a lot more dangerous. They're both dangerous. We're way more likely to hit this thing, though. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Make this move and hit him 3 times. I think we should be able to get this guy down. Alright, remember, we're not necessarily going to win this battle, and we have to be aware of that, but we at the very least want to set it up well for the next battle. So what is the range on your snapshot? 7. Okay, it's pretty significant. I could just shoot it. Oh yeah, that's fair. He is flying. Bypasses all shielding. Doesn't really do a lot of damage, though. And I'd prefer to limit the number of targets we're facing here. So we could move to the side a little bit. Like if I move to here, we could probably snapshot those guys. Unfortunately, it's not showing us the targeting reticle over them, I think because our main attack can't hit them. Okay, but I can select this. Alright, that's handy. I won't have a great shot on them, but I'll have something. We could also just Shrouded Step somewhere. You know what? Let's use some of our other units. So I can't move forward to attack that guy. You guys could get over here and hit him once. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if we can't gang up on this dude instead. So since we're having at him a little bit, that makes me think that maybe what I want to do is some version of Shrouded Step. I guess it doesn't let you move that much. Only 4 spaces. Yeah, and I can't quite get an angle on that dude. Okay. Maybe I Shrouded Step just over here to a place where I have a shot against them? Hard to hit here, and I can soften them up as they approach a little. It is a little unfortunate how little, we can move closer and go for a Battle Vomit, but I kind of wonder if maybe it's better to just stand over here and be in Overwatch. Now, I'm going to take the Battle Vomit option, I think, because I'm a little scared. We can, like, shoot the Vomit to here so it just hits that guy. Want to give my dudes some opportunity to hide behind cover and potentially regenerate a bit. We did not get a huge amount done. Wow, Root Quake is a large area of effect. And it blew up a bunch of the cars. Okay, that's pretty bad. So those guys are dead then. Yeah. Yeah, getting rid of these Amazon units seems like a big deal. We do at least get a little bit of Overwatch. We get our Frenzied Claws, stripping their armor and everything. Does it seem like their Battle Vomit has a lot more range than mine does? Alright, our man here is snared, and apparently also rooted from the Root Quake. I guess that makes sense. You know, it's not, He's entangled for 2 turns. I do wish that the effects on my units were a little clearer. Okay, let's talk about some of this stuff. Target enemy unit takes 20 damage and suffers massive impact. We could also throw a healing surge out somewhere. You know what? Let's start with the claws. We can kill this thing. We could do 20 damage to something else, so like... You have a pretty clean snapshot on that guy. I wonder if we want to try to just burn this dude down. Again, just remove units from the table before we lose the battle. Make things a little bit easier for the follow-up. Okay, let's move in a little bit here. I'm not sure how dangerous it is to be close to them. Boy, our Gunk Thrower does bonus anti-air damage, but it's just so much health to get through. I think I want to go for the Caustic Smoke. Right there. Do some damage, strip some armor, and then unfortunately... Actually, can't shoot at anything. Can't do anything other than hunker down in defense mode. So these are the only people left who have an attack. If we can get this guy down to 20 health. Oh no, I already used their attack. Never mind. Well, so these cost resource points. We have 2 tactical operation points over the course of the battle. I would love to use them both on Embrace of Darkness. We could use this early to just try to crack his morale, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. I'll soften him up. I know that it's not totally ideal to, oof, that's a significant heal. It's not totally ideal to remove all of their weakest units and then leave the second army having to fight all the huge stuff. but it's better than not removing units at all, which I think might be the actual the thing we're actually up against. And those guys can really move. So I'm dead, right? Like, there's no way at this point that we could win this. Can I retreat? There are these things over here. I'm assuming that that's how I do it. I move on to those. I'm just thinking, if we did manage to retreat with a couple of units and then merge them into the other army, we could maybe stand a chance here. Oh, you're still not able to move, though. That does complicate things a bit. Well, I guess let's just give these guys the Psy Rifle. I bet we can kill these ones. And then we can use our other tactical thing to put them away. We could also just shoot them with these guys, maybe? I think I'd prefer to just get rid of them and let our other dudes run for the exit. Wow, that was a little anticlimactic. Alright, yeah, you bail out of there. I think we've done all the damage we're going to do. Unfortunately, it seems unlikely that our hero character is going to get to escape. That root thing was super powerful. I wonder if they maintain damage. Okay, so we escape. We lost, but we did some good work on the way out. Dearest Hivemate, rest eternally. We must hope your loss is not in vain. Koresh was a great warrior. We honor him for his service to the Kirko-Terium colony. His memories will not be lost. His legacy lives on in Kirko prosperity. You want to throw 6 or 7 more messages at that? No? You guys, you good? Alright, do I think that we could kill those big scary enemies with just the stuff we have here? Maybe not. Those are definitely some impressive enemies. It's good to have an encounter like that early on in learning a game, so you can see some of what you need to scale up into. I have a better sense now of exactly how weak our units are. Turns out, pretty weak. Surprise, everybody. Alright, I think this is going to be another one of these situations where adjacent units aren't going to be able to help, but just in case, let's move over here. It's not like they have anything else to be doing right now anyway. And let's give it a look. They have... Oh, wow, no. They are considerably weaker. We're going to manual combat here because I want to see the Ravenous in play. But this should be a nice, easy one. It is a really cool map, too. I wasn't really thinking about that. I wonder if the forces inside these buildings like do rebuild over time. Maybe the units that you damage get healed over time. Maybe the units that you killed get rebuilt. All right, let's talk about the... I'm having a really hard time selecting the Ravenous. Here we go. Our durable Ravenous. So he has the big claws, of course. He has the ability to try to eat people. I guess just run up to... We don't see a lot of ranged units. I mean, the Initiate has their psionic attack. The Transcendent also has a psionic attack. And line of sight does matter for this stuff. So I suppose the Ravenous is just like running up to here and engaging defense mode. These Frenzied could run to here. I don't think we're going to be able to get a Battle Vomit off, unfortunately. But we must advance on them. Nope. Just short. That's a shame. You guys get anywhere near? No, they were pretty careful about where they wanted to move. Okay, having some weird microphone issues today. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Anyway, we're back. Let's try to get these guys into a position. I am assuming that most area effect attacks don't seem to be able to affect flyers. So it's probably safe to just move up right with the rest of our units. Actually, we can move like way up. We might get psionic attacked if I'm not careful about my positioning. We'll just put them like way over here. We'll use the obelisk to cover ourselves a little bit. Make them have to come way forward if they want to hit us. And then on this side, we do have the flyers that we have to worry about. And I mean, they're very fast. We're going to have a hard time not getting shot by them. I guess just move into some kind of full cover. And the hero, yes, the hero can, in fact, get close enough to shoot that thing. Well, I don't know if I want to do anything other than that. I think, yeah, just run up there and shoot it seems like the right play. We even have 2 actions left. Then maybe we move these frenzied over to here. Again, just like avoid grouping up too much. And you guys... Guys, can you mind strike him? No, we'd have to get a little closer than I would like. Dudes are a little bit on the fragile side, no armor and only 25 health. We have to be a little cautious with them. And they don't move super fast. It's an awkward combination of traits, frankly. I'm gonna leave them pretty far back. Okay, Psionic Blast does a bunch of damage, but I don't know what we're gonna do with it. You guys are not really in cover. I guess just run up to here. We're gonna get meleeed by the enemy, but that's true no matter what. And if they stop here and melee us, we at least get to kill them afterward. I am surprised that those guys wanted to run that close to my melee attackers. I guess our strategy of keeping everything behind cover is at least working. I don't know if you can call that a strategy. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I will say this feels like a little bit of an error to me. Really committing those dudes in a way that's going to make it extremely difficult to defend them. Well, I guess let's start with the hero. Let's just shoot these guys down. Fairly straightforward. And then you are a transcendent. Hey, you're not very tough. You just run way up on him. We can do a little vomit here. And then this turn he has to like flee at full speed or get killed. You can run up to there, and I'm guessing that an attempt to devour would be foolish. We'll just take the big claw. I have no idea what strength 12 chance means. I guess let's play out some other people's turns first. These dudes ran right adjacent to me before doing their thing, so... Okay, easy enough. And then I guess we're not really in any significant danger. We can afford the try. We can afford to attempt the devour. It does also just do 24 damage straight up. Yeah. Okay, it worked. Alright, let's keep flying over. Just make line of sight tricky to get. Listen, if you wanna shoot at my flyers, you have to come forward. And these guys are unfortunately completely outside the battle. Oh, hey, wait! The Ravenous provides cover. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll just move here. This is nice and safe. I guess I'm maybe being a little overprotective of the Psyfish. What is going on here? I guess it just zooms the camera to near their unit at the beginning of their... That was like... The camera wasn't actually centered on the guy, though. It was just sort of close to him. I don't know what that's about. So, I'm not 100% clear on how experience works. I wonder if your units get more XP if they are the ones dealing killing blows, or if XP is evenly split over all of your dudes at the end of the battle. There might actually have been a reason to have a specific unit get that kill, especially if you're trying to push somebody to Prime. Alright, we got through that pretty easily, though. Okay, I'm not even going to try. It is good to feel the presence of another Swarm Herald on this world. Have you come to join Jiglux in her virtuous campaign against the Sack Bleeders? Hawk's Crit Pat must be a greeting, I guess? The Kirko Terrium are dignified by your presence. Your victories surrounding the liberation of our people are still echoing throughout the dreams of present Kirko generations. Yet it is Hatel Uruk who drew us to Arcadia Celeste. With his help we seek to find our lost homeworld, Zakirko. Zakirko? By Ruckwer's horn and tail. You are bold to take that path, pause Tignor. But that foolish Kazakh of a dream reader will be your disappointment. Hatel Uruk's mind has withered. He preaches indifference and pacifism, when his voice should be the smiting spark that ignites the Sack Bleeder's purgatory. How can you revile one so respected among our people? With his teachings, Hatel Uruk gave new purpose and direction to many Kirko. Hatel Uruk may have been great once, but his recent acts are an insult to our ancestors and their suffering. He is cuddling with the Sack Bleeders, defiling the memory and dreams of all oppressed Kirko. I sense their agony channeled through you as well, Paz Tignor. You share the instinctual knowledge that tells any true Kirko to be mindful of the Sack Bleeders, and strike them with ferocious determination whenever given the chance. Given our diplomatic actions, I'm not sure that's actually true. Arcadia Celeste is crawling with Sack Bleeders. Unleash your inner hatred. Let them taste the fury of the Swarm. This dude could not be more Sith if he tried. This place is daunting, and yet inspires me with awe. I can feel the wake of the void tear at every inch of my body. The voices of the harmony beyond are no longer whispering, but turned into a chorus, and its anthem proclaims dominion and power. Lifetimes of suffering, agony without answers, turmoil and torment. You cannot escape the past, Paz Tignor. The suffering of your ancestors cannot be forgotten. Okay, and then we get a reward, including a Malictor, which is just a tier 3, a very fancy Kirko unit that we don't know how to build yet. Okay. So we've discovered the aggressive Kirko at the same time. Jiglux asks you to take revenge on the humans on Arcadia Celeste by raiding their settlements and subduing their population. She provided you with the locations of the remaining Vanguard settlements. Completing this quest will have consequences. I don't think I want to do this. We're getting along with the Vanguard dudes for the moment. The Forbidden Archives touched your mind heavily, just as those you found inside. You must now face your inner self, except it's very clearly outer. Okay, well, we could do that. Probably. I could probably do that. Hold on a second. I'm realizing I have not... I'm trying to select my army here. There we go. I'm realizing I haven't looked at our heroes' mods and weapons and stuff in a moment. And we do have access to... Okay, the Soul Splitters are always tier 2. I thought when we researched that thing and it said Soul Splitter tier 2 that we were researching an upgrade to our hero's weapon. But I guess it's just we were making it so other people could have that weapon as well. Well, never mind. Then we probably want to keep this. So this is doing 7 psionic damage, bypasses all armor, and can break people's minds. This deals a little bit more damage straight up. This obviously does... I mean, I don't want to make him a melee unit. This does more damage... and allows the unit to enter Improved Overwatch, allowing it to automatically shoot an enemy that moves or attacks within its field of view with an accuracy bonus. This seems like a pretty good gun. This thing does have the repeating trait. This Psi rifle is more of a sniper rifle. It requires all of your actions. I think I'm going to just keep what we have. And then here, we did just pick up this Death's Gaze. That is a considerable amount of damage there. The 20 damage... It says a 0 range burst, so maybe it's point blank AoE. It doesn't really communicate the area of effect very cleanly here. Let's put that on you. And then do we want to mod you up a little bit? To heal people? Yeah, I think putting that on him is probably a good idea. And we have some skill points to spend as well. Well, we could certainly get Deadeye 3. What was, yeah, range specialist. This was the other thing I was thinking. Let's just take more damage, right? Pretty straightforward, more damage. Seems like a good idea. And we have the move to engage now, so I suppose we engage now. I don't know that it helps us too much to wait. We can, okay, we can dump the wounded frenzied out the back of the army. Fold this guy in. There we go. Actually, you know what? I guess the way armies and stuff work here, keeping everybody close is just as good. Okay, so we have reinforcements coming in here. We have a massive advantage. I'm wondering if anything really crazy is going to happen here. And I want to play with our new toys a little bit more, so we're going to go ahead and do this one manually as well. So we do have to be a little bit careful about bringing in small, weak forces on the flanks, because they're like really far away from where the rest of our units could assist them. It's probably not a big deal. The flyer's pretty fast. We can just get into a position where we'll be able to reasonably flank. So the Initiate has the Psy Blast. This Whisper of Discord also has a Psy Blast. These are all ranged units. No, never mind. Echo of Despair is a melee unit. Gathers all of its energy, erupting in a crescendo of sound and misery. Kills the Echo, but damages adjacent units for 16. And then this is just Pause Ignore, but it's Pause Ignore with his old loadout, before we improved it slightly. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a pretty sensible thing to do, right? Need to shoot the enemy right away? Actually, we can probably kill this guy, if we can get anybody else's damage on him at all. That graze does not help in matters, though. I mean, I definitely want the Ravenous to move into a position where he has cover, or at least line of sight is broken. I guess this'll do. Maybe we want to run all the way around like this. Actually, yeah, I like that. This will provide these guys with a little bit of cover as well. Alright, the Psyfish Chrysalis doesn't really... I mean, I know I don't want this thing to get next to me. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, we don't want it to get next to us with the action still up. I think this is fairly safe. Alright, this guy has Soul Seeker, with a pretty decent range. He also has the Cage of Suffering. Target unit is unable to move or act, takes damage at the end of its turn, and becomes filled with despair. And then we have the Locusts again. Can we... Okay, we can get to a place where we could take a shot at some of the enemies. Like, if we could kill this guy, that would be the best thing. Does this attack have splash damage? Oh, it has a... It's like a chain lightning. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ah, it's really a shame. It was a bad time to miss. This has 5 range. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy in harm's way. Try to actually get a kill here. I miscounted. I needed to move 1 space further forward. Oh well. Damage is damage, right? So this is a full action. We have to really run forward if we want to get to use this. I'm not going to be able to get close enough to do any actual damage this turn. I guess we'll move to the forwardmost actual cover. And then, of course, the Frenzied just need to get all the way in. I don't think there's any reason to do anything other than run forward at maximum speed, right? These guys, at least. Move up here, so at least if they want to get a clean shot on us, they have to come forward a little bit. I guess I should rotate slightly. Should be facing... Oh, wait, hold on. Rotate, yeah, face this way? Yeah. I gotta remember to do that. These guys are melee, so I'm not too afraid of them. I think we just fly in, and then we should have... Where's that other injured guy? All the way over here. I guess we'll just take it kind of cautious with him. I mean, he's going to heal up over time. We don't have to be too careful with him. Just need to not get him killed before he has a tick or two of regen. Alright, sadly you do not get melee Overwatch if you have no actions left. Ow. Well, that's not what I was hoping would happen. That pretty much is what I expected to happen. Yeah, see, we're fine. Most of us are fine. Ignore that guy. Okay, he has made a variety of questionable decisions here. I mean, do we just try to eat this guy? The Ripclaw Gash kills him. Maybe I should just take the Ripclaw Gash because we know it'll work. Now let's try to Devour. It seems like the Devour works a lot. Strength 12 chance is apparently pretty significant. Right. I don't think that the inner image of me really planned this out very well. We could shoot some locusts at him. I guess let's just shoot him with the gun, the brain gun. Well, the animation on that attack is a little bit on the long side. Alright, just one major concern left. I think I'm gonna have these guys run. I want them to run to here, I suppose, so let's maybe also have these guys move out a little bit. Not super easy to find a place where we could shoot at this dude, though. I'm really trying hard to select these units over here. It's very finicky. Okay, we're just gonna have to advance on him with maybe not maximum aggression, because we do want to not lose units if possible. Unfortunately, his attack has considerable range. Yeah, the flyers just aren't really going to be able to approach safely. And I'd rather have them approach unsafely than not approach at all, I think. I think I'd rather get into cover than use any abilities. I think the important move here is getting our hero into range to attack. And yeah, you guys just gotta get out of there. They're not gonna accomplish anything important. May as well not have them die for the cause. And I think that the same thing is probably true of these guys. I do wish they let you click the done buttons while there were still actions, or like while the animations were still playing out. Okay, I don't think that's going to turn out to have been enough of a move. I have absolutely no concern about just charging wildly forward with the Ravenous. I could have spawned, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so we need to get our hero into a shooting position. Yeah, we probably don't need Death's Gaze. Just shoot. Honestly, our odds of hitting are pretty good. Alright, I do believe that we've got this. We just run into the open and hit him with the Mind Strike. How close do I have to get? So I can't do it from anywhere that is in cover. I guess maybe let's wait on that. Hold on, let's do some stuff with some other people. Let's figure out what other people have. So I'm not going to have melee Overwatch when I do this, which I guess means it's better to run behind cover. But we definitely want to close in on him. You guys are good. You should definitely get over here and participate in the battle. Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's not a lot of good cover through the center of this battlefield. So basically, part of what I'm doing here is just trying to figure out if there's any chance that it's worthwhile to have people run out into the open. Because he does do a lot of damage. I'm going to go for it. We have a couple of people who can get some kind of damage off. We can panic him a little bit. I do like that thing where we can shoot him and turn him around and then shoot him in the back again from a different side. Okay, a graze and a real strike. That's actually pretty good. Better than could have been expected. Aw, that's a real crying shame. The dude has 6 health left. You guys are good. Okay, well at least we know we got him next turn. Unfortunately, we might lose some fish here. Never mind. Apparently his accuracy is all screwed up. Hey you, why don't you spawn some larvae? What are these? Okay, that's kind of annoying. What do these guys do? Okay, they just have normal gunk spit. They do get to act right away on the turn they're spawned, which is cool. I just figured it would be worth seeing that ability actually in action there before the end of the battle. Give us information for future battles. I gotta say, that regeneration mod feels pretty significant. It's actually quite a lot of health. Shadows are gone. Clarity and peace have taken their place. Was this the harmony beyond, showing me the path toward balance? You are not like you seemed before, Paz Tignor. Many falter when facing their personal fears, and you did not. Some of our brethren seek vengeance for the past, but you can still avoid that path. I never sought vengeance on Arcadia Celeste. Our people need to prosper among their own, away from the humans and their greed. I am looking for our ancient homeworld Zakir... Yeah, I know. He keeps telling everybody. I think he's actually already told Uruk before, right? The third dream of Xaratosh. I need to return to its starry sky. The constellations of Xaratosh are an enigma almost as old as our desire to return to Zakirko. Her dream must be strong in you if you believe you can succeed where so many others have failed. It is a worthy goal. Still, you must first show the wisdom that is needed in someone who seeks to reunite our people. Many of our brethren are still filled with bitterness and hatred. They need to learn that humans come in just as many forms and shapes as we do, and that there are those among them also seeking to heal the scars of our troubled past. Talk to Nicole Crustus. She has been walking the Celestian path alongside me, and will be your guide on your journey to forgiveness. Recite the litany of the 1,000 stars, and she will know your intentions. Okay. We made a good read on trying to make friends with her. Nicole Crustus, a human as my guide. Every Lingol inside me yells reluctance at this thought. Yet, it is Hatel Uruk's will, and I came here to follow his words, did I not? The harmony beyond stays silent. Then it is settled. I will talk to the human. And again, already have talked to the human. Part of the problem with putting like a bunch of linear narrative into the mission is that I can do stuff that contradicts the narrative. Alright, learn to recite the litany of the 1,000 stars to connect with Nicole Crustus as your spiritual guide. Accepting this quest will automatically start the research. Easy enough. So we'll take our Imperial Rifle. We might actually want to equip that over some of the stuff our characters already have. So let's... we have a faction demand from the Psyfish. They want energy. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I am operating at an energy deficit. I've got too many units now. That's solvable. We can fix that. Okay, we have a research finished. We have an anthropological research finished. I think... yeah, that has been overtaken by the litany of the 1,000 stars. We are going to have to actually start researching a new military thing, though. Vigorous Emergence does seem pretty useful, or Spawn Emergent, rather. Torrent Cast will unlock, you know, the Torrent. Not a big surprise there. It's a ship, so it would actually let us do stuff in the water north of the city. Or we could just learn to make engulfers the old-fashioned way. And we have this thing, right? What does this do? Summons an Abyssian onto target hex during combat. Summon lasts until the end of combat. Has strong biochemical abilities that can encase a target in waxy cement. Well, that seems powerful. Also, Tunneling Claws and Adaptive Carapace. Man, I have no idea what the good moves are here. So let's go back and pick up some of this early stuff that we can research very quickly. Yeah, there's just a lot of tech and everything. Alright, Posticnor has still only 2 skills. He's upgraded. He's as upgraded as he's getting. So over here, I am definitely reluctant to move in. And we can do this and just merge. We don't have to attack right away. I'm wondering if this attack would just be suicide. These guys do have their 10 damage Mind Blast. We probably need to, at the very least, fill this army out. We don't really have an easy way of doing that, though. Everything's way too far away. Wait, who is this? Oh, this is an emergent. Okay, let's fold some stuff up here. Okay, we need to probably just back out to our territory, right? I don't think there's any reason, strong, compelling reason for us to stay over here. And our open borders are not infinite. Oh, these guys are not able to move. Well, never mind then. So I have some ops ready to launch. Victory condition. Payback time. Okay, so if we purge the humans from Arcadia Celeste, we would actually win, I guess, but that's not the way I want to do it. We have a different thing going on here. If we use a covert operation and also research the Operation Effectiveness 1 skill, we'll get another doctrine that I don't really care for. Honestly, I think the doctrine we have now that's very focused on growth is probably not totally right for us, because we're not making use of the growth all that quickly. Maybe we do want to make a doctrinal change. Which thing is that? Operations. Okay, here we go. So, we could try to spawn an emergent. I think that would be a good idea. Prime one of those. We could prime some Berserker Pheromones as well. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's talk about this thing. We only have 1 doctrine slot. We've got to have something better. Cynumbra attack is cheaper to research. Critical units gain XP. Colony structures are cheaper. Get a bunch of opinion, or get more influence. We have been building colony structures for a little while. It probably would have been good to switch over to this. I mean, like, the food is not useless. Even if we're not expanding, the food is still producing people, and the people are still working and producing resources. So it's not like we're at a terrible waste on preserving the future. But it might be better to go builder. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So it looks like here in the capital, we're still a little unhappy. Yeah, we're working it as hard as we can. We have another option? I guess let's let this finish and we'll worry about it afterward. For now, we are done. So a couple of turns on learning this this song, this litany. And then I guess we'll see how much longer is on this version of this quest. We've been publicly complimented. I do feel like I'm on the path to victory. Thank you. Stature of your empire may rise in completing these tasks, but don't lose focus on what's really important, the genocide. This dude does not have our best interests at heart, I don't think. We did complete the Economist, which is fine. Actually, this is probably a pretty good doctrine to move to. Additional income from our basic structures, and we got a whole bunch of energy. Yeah, let's maybe do that. That's the wrong button. Here we go. So we have to abort this so that we can run the Economist. Because this will give us extra production in our 2 colonies right now where we built the basic. We built the central production thing? Hold on. What does basic actually mean? It says basic structures give you extra value. Okay, here we go. Central replicator facility. It does say central, not basic. Basic could just mean tier 1, anything that's tier 1. I'm actually not sure. Basic structures built in your colonies give plus 15 additional income of their resource. I guess let's let it get enacted, and then we'll see if we can detect a difference. Okay, so we have a limited amount of time to get out of this territory. And I don't think there's a lot of benefit to us hanging around down here. So I think I'm just going to back off on this. I'm assuming we can't move this army out into the water, right? There's no, yeah, they don't, like, automatically get into transport ships or anything. So this army just really doesn't have a ton of value to do at the moment. We could go work on this pirate hideout. Out of curiosity, if we enter here, they haven't recovered any health, it looks like. I mean, we're not that far off, probably, of being able to take them. Maybe what I want to do, actually, is just have this army hang out, just build another unit. Build one of these guys. Oh, is the number... No, it's not. I was going to say, maybe like I looked at this and saw the 4, and I was like, oh, maybe that number is how many we have. But we definitely don't have 3 initiates. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure what that number is. I guess for right now, you guys can just stay put. And here in the capital... You know what, we could help with the diplomatic robes. This will get it done in 1 turn instead of 2. And then we could start building units up here again. For a second, I thought this thing moving in the corner was enemies becoming visible at the edge of the screen there. I recognize the prayer of the 1,000 stars. So, you were sent by Hatul Uruk, then. It seems like he could have just called her up and told her that. I am happy to see that you are willing to follow his teachings and leave behind the prejudice that kept our 2 people apart, for we all meet as equals in the Celestian light. Okay, she's religious, that's fine, you know? It's a little unpredictable. An easy thing to say when it was your kind that chose who was to stand in the light, and who needed to serve in the shadows. Why are the Kirko the ones that should show their good faith when the dreams of our ancestors keep reminding us of humanity's cruelty and greed? I do not defend the atrocities we humans committed against your race, but will you not agree that their suffering would receive some comfort if they saw us learn from the past's mistakes? In the end, it is not me who you will need to convince with your actions, Postiknor. It is yourself. You foolish Kazakh! Is that where you lead your swarm, Postiknor? Just like the sack bleeders, they now all have to burn in the flames of my fury. Your treachery will be remembered in the dreams of many future hatches, when your ashes have long been scattered on Arcadia Celeste's charred remains. I wonder if there... some of the campaign levels that we could choose going forward were locked by completing previous levels. I wonder if completing this while being friendly to the humans leads you to a different level than completing it while annihilating them does. Okay, we have provided fabulosity. And we chose not to do the retribution. Okay, Nicole Crestus is asking for cooperation. Let your actions be guided by forgiveness and forge an alliance with her and the human population. So we gotta get her up to allied. Okay, how do we do that? She has a proposal for us. She would like to trade energy for cosmite. My accountants tell me this trade is highly in your favor, but I would lie if I said it wasn't mutually beneficial. My accountants tell me the deal is fine. Cosmite's pretty valuable. I guess we have a little bit of a stockpile right now. I'm going to accept because I suspect that giving them what they need will help their opinion of us. I'm hoping. Their opinion is trustworthy. The value ranges between negative 800 and positive 800, so a 400 is actually very good. They're allied with Hatalurok. Let's see if we can get ourselves up to a higher level here. So do we have to move through Defensive Pact before we can become allied? It looks like maybe that's not even related to becoming allied. How do we move up? Hold on a second. I mean, it is represented linearly. Both players agree to a defensive pact, and this is usually in 4X games, you usually do just move up this thing one level at a time. While in an alliance, allied victories are enabled, players... Okay, I think we have to go through a defensive pact, probably. We have to have one of these first. Okay, she's like overjoyed about that. And then, now that we've done that, we could propose an alliance in 3 turns. I think this would maybe be a good time to just go ahead and throw out some compliments. Ooh. Compliment Nicole Crustus for something they have done or achieved. This will only affect the message they receive. The effects will not differ from sending a general compliment. So this is mostly for multiplayer flavor. That's pretty cool. I'm going to choose to compliment her about the Scyfish thing. Alright, I would love it very much if in 3 turns we could get that alliance going. So we have some direction here. We know what we're doing. Our relations have improved with the Scyfish. Ooh, we have some new stuff available from them. Wow, that seems like a pretty good doctrine for us right now, actually. We're having some very minor happiness problems. Also, new types of units. I don't think I'm gonna bother with any of this stuff right this second. Nicole publicly complimented us as well. Seems like we're both going to the right place. Tick insulted us. Not a big surprise there. We are honorable. Popular support changed to approving. Okay. Minus 10% unit upkeep is pretty cool. We have a domain invasion. Oh, they're marauders. All up in my business. Well, we're headed back in that direction. Volatile Afflictions. Attacks from biochemical weapons now deal arc damage and have a strength 12 chance to apply electrified. A 12 strength chance seems to be something that happens pretty frequently. I don't think it helps us necessarily to convert our biochemical damage to arc damage. Unless the damage types really do have different mechanical effects aside from, being something for other things to interact with. But this does cause 10% increased damage. And this lets us blow up some dudes as a tactical operation. You know what? That sounds just fine. Something tells me there's a chance we're going to end up at war with this other Kirko player. So probably continuing the military advancement seems like a good idea. Alright, hopefully she won't get too upset with us for still being on our way through her territory. It's taken us forever to build that unit. Well, I guess don't do anything for the moment. You guys can come over here. I mean, once we have this army full, maybe we just go for this again. I do wonder how much time is left in the mission. If we knew that, it would probably affect our research path here. It's +1 level to all research and energy sectors in ruins. All units with amphibious or land movement gain expedited movement in ruins, reducing the cost of moving through this terrain. This doesn't seem amazing for us. I mean, more exploitations are not really what we need. We could start working on spy stuff, covert ops. Siphon energy, fabricate a Casus Belli. Only one fabricated Casus Belli may be active on a player at a time, so if we're looking for a good reason to go to war. Ooh, operational support seems like it might be a good idea. Having more tactical operation points would definitely be powerful. I know we're not making a huge amount of use out of our strategic points, but being able to effectively cast more spells in combat seems like a big deal. Ooh, and an extra doctrine slot. Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. Is our new doctrine in place yet? No, we're still working on it. I'm playing very slowly, actually. Do we want to build anything else up? We could create... Production cost down for structures, I think, is less good than production cost down for units. But I'm wondering if we should just make some units instead. I mean, with our main army coming back, maybe we'll be okay. We probably don't need to focus on that. The diplomatic analysis wing. The plus influence up. Probably don't need to build defense turrets. Oh, that's right. I wanted more Cosmite. Yeah, I still totally do. And Cosmite production seems pretty important. So the Marauder is engaging with our forces. We should win this pretty easily, but let's go ahead and do it manually just in case. I said pretty easily. We're not really... Our forces are not that much more powerful than theirs. So all we have to do is not get ourselves shot a bunch on the first turn. These Amazon Lancers are actually a little scary. But then aside from that, they're just melee. Yeah, I guess we can afford to move up pretty aggressively here. Yeah, see, I wish I could, like, select my units and give them orders while my other unit's movement is playing out. This guy probably wants to be in a little bit more covered of a position, and then the Engulfer can just, I don't know. It doesn't much matter. The Engulfer can just be over here somewhere. The Lancer's going to be able to shoot at somebody. There's not a ton we can do about that. I guess I did put myself in a pretty vomitable position. And that's going to happen twice, unfortunately. But they really had to expose themselves to do it. Jeez. Through the cover and everything. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not covered from this side. Never mind. I would definitely rather have a caustic smoke. Means we need to move up a little bit. Would I rather have caustic smoke? We do have to run people over to actually melee these enemies. It's remarkable how bad my chance to hit the Lancer is. I definitely think the Lancer is the most dangerous of our opponents. Melts armor and deals damage, but it doesn't, like... It does less damage than Gunk Thrower. It does have the armor melt, but I don't think I'm too worried about that. Let's just get damage in. Can't quite... There we go. I'll only get to attack once, which is a real shame. We could do our own double battle vomit, because they gave us the opportunity here, although we're going to have to move a little closer, apparently. We could move to here and then do it, probably. Boy, it's really not as much damage as you would like, though, huh? Yeah, I guess we could try to take these middle guys out. Maybe that ends up being the move. The Lancer is just too hard to hit. And it seems like the garrison units, they did replenish over time, so I'm not too worried about losing them. You can run out into the open, that's fine. I think it's a good idea for us to press our numbers advantage. Alright, so he's taken cover behind a big red thing that looks like it's probably explosive. Feels to me like we maybe want to do something about that. Can I not... Okay, it looks like we can't just target it. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping after the cars exploded during that last battle. Maybe, oh, you know what? There's definitely a modifier key to hold down to get ground targeting. Maybe you have to do a ground target to blow up things like this. Well, doesn't much matter. Ooh. Hey, that was a pretty bad miss. He actually missed so badly that he killed my own unit. It's a little unfortunate. It doesn't matter very much, but that's a good thing to keep in mind, that is a thing that can happen. Okay, easy. I could probably have just left that to the auto-resolver. Especially since I didn't even really do that good of a job. Alright, let's take another swing at this. We totally might get him. We could. We totally could get... Yeah, and they haven't healed at all. We have lots of ranged attacks for the flying thing. I say let's go for it. I think we can maybe get it done. We're certainly going to take a lot less damage in the early going than we did the first time. And honestly, I'm more afraid of the Hunter than I am of either of the other two units, but we got to watch out for this thing's root swarm. We got to not stand too close together. This right here is where we want to be using our tactical operations. So do I just want to fan out as much as possible? Maybe. Like we can't really prevent them from getting an attack on their turn. Except by, like, falling way back and refusing to meet them in battle at all. But what we can do is make it so that they can't hit too many of us at once. And then just fall in upon them during the second round. What's this? Hold on. Fascinating bond. Bond with target enemy, making it unable to use actions. That seems powerful. I did not realize that these guys could do that. And we have our new hero, who actually can take a shot from here. I think I probably won't. We can run up here and just go into Overwatch, baby. Yeah, I like that. Maybe take a shot at something once it's a little bit closer, a little more killable. And then... I am definitely a little gun-shy. And maybe trying to stay too far apart. But that root swarm was, like, devastating last time. Hoping we can at least make it not so convenient for them on this run. Alright, let's see what they do. The flying thing is giving a lot of buffs and healing, which I'm super bummed out about. Okay. A graze is something. And I like getting to damage it during its turn after the big healing effect. That certainly helps. So it does have melee Overwatch. Really? You don't have line of sight from there? But you do from here. I don't know if I think that makes a lot of sense. Do we get a better shot from anywhere nearby? Not really. We can move out to here, take 2 90s instead of 3 45s. That seems like probably a pretty good idea. Okay, we should be able to kill this thing this turn. I have faith in us. And then the question is, what do we want to do with the rest of our characters? Because it matters who we use to finish the Lancer off, right? Do we want to use one of the spawn? We kind of want to try Fascinating Bond on... Oh, it doesn't have enough range to hit any of these guys over here, does it? Oh no, it totally does. So I would love a Fascinating Bond on you. On either one of you, which means that we need to have somebody who's not you finish this dude off. I guess it can just be him. Where can we be and still have a good shot? Do I want to advance? You know what? Maybe I'm fine right where I am. Just like back up to here. And then take 3 shots at 45%. Turns out you don't even need them all. Okay, who do I want to turn off? I want to turn off this guy if I can. There's only a 42% chance of the Fascination actually landing. But think how good it would be if it did. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Okay, I think we definitely want to approach along the side here. I'm actually really grateful that they let you move a single hex without it really counting as a move. Makes it a lot easier to position intelligently. I think I'm just going to keep flanking with these Psyfish over here. Like, we're not going to do any meaningful damage attacking this turn, and they're probably just going to heal it all off anyway. And then next turn, once we're a little more in here, we could talk about doing some more of this stuff. I guess we could Healing Surge. No, it's not necessary. Let's just save our operation point for the moment. Okay, so they get their supply drop, which doesn't really matter. We managed to kill the only thing that we had done any actual damage to. Oof. That is a big attack. Imagine if that Fascinate had landed. Okay, Jesus. Well, the good news is they're right in the middle of all of our stuff. We should be able to do a lot of damage to them this time out. So this guy has 70 health. This guy has 80. Let's start with the Flyer. I think the Flyer actually does more terrifying damage. And I guess let's just take this shot. Oof. You know, we got a lot of things have to go right for us to get these kill. Yeah, Jesus, that is so much damage. Alright. The good news is we have a pretty big tactical operation available. Right? It does 20. So I think we've actually got him. He's only got 34 health left. Can we get a slightly better shot than this? You know what? 65% should be sufficient. 3 shots at 65. I do believe it was. Let's let him embrace the darkness. Oh, he only took 13. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I guess I am setting myself up for a pretty good root blast here. Okay. It's a pretty anticlimactic death animation, honestly. Let's just try to get around into a position where we could attempt the Fascinate next turn. We're going to take another pretty big wallop here, but I think we've got him. There's the Root Quake. Not a big deal. Not nearly as big a deal this time, since we're not all melee. Alright, let's see if we can land the Fascinating Bond. Actually, do we need to? Maybe we'd be better off just trying to kill him. Let's move with everybody else first. We'll see if we can get him down to a place where we could potentially kill him with the help of the tactical thing. I don't really think I want to move either of these guys. He's going to get another airdrop pretty soon, so we do have to get the job done if we're going to get it done. Don't have line of sight on him. I don't know that it much matters where I stand at this point. He's going to be able to arc his green, like, puke shot over any cover we're in anyway. Okay, you are out of range. That's actually very sad. Yeah, it only has a range of 7 tiles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you can actually see there's a little outline. Well, I guess we just Overwatch then? I'm not expecting to actually get anything out of that. So we definitely don't get to kill him. Let's try to hit the fascination. It's like a coin flip. Oh, hey, it worked. Look at that. These Psyfish are contributing powerfully. So he can't use actions. He can still move around, but he can't use actions. It's pretty powerful. We do not have a lot of time to wrap this up, and they're getting an airdrop next turn, so we really gotta hustle here. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. He still has a lot of health left. Actually, never mind. He's at 20 now? Yeah, I like temporarily forgot that we have a spell that is going to do a lot of the work for us. And yet these Psyfish units were actually pretty critical to our victory. Sorry, I'm speaking about our victory before it's actually a victory. Maybe that's unwise. Well, he's staggered. Is he seriously not dead? He has 2 health left. Can you please get into range? There we go. That would have been an embarrassing miss, because I think our hero is still rooted and not in a position to fire the gun. Okay, we got there eventually. I'm not going to pretend that it was not costly. We got ourselves a Thumper. Throw an advanced mining grenade that deals damage in a 1 hex radius. Staggers units, deals 200 additional damage, 200% additional damage to obstacles. That's pretty cool. And now that we've done that, we can annex it. Finally, I feel like I've spent a long time trying to prepare to do that. And then I guess you could move to another place that we might want to annex. Got a Veil of Tranquility over here. Plus 8 happiness to the area, or to the colony, is probably worth the science lost for us. Or we could just try to get something that's a little bit less harsh. Yeah, maybe we do that. Come down here to, like, Lurker Woods. We won't be able to annex it just yet. We need this, we need our border to push out toward it. But we could just hang out here for a turn. So you guys are good. You guys are just generally coming home. I'm not actually sure if we're still on a timer to get out of their territory or not. The fact that we've increased our diplomatic standing with them might make that no longer an issue. You can definitely run down here and try to join up. And then what do we need? I suppose we want to build something pretty short because we want to do sector upgrades on this. So just infrastructure. Doesn't take a lot of time to produce. Okay. Well, look at that. We're getting things done. We've accomplished some fairly major objectives. I'm feeling pretty good about our position, but I think that we are out of time for today. So that is going to be it for us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time tomorrow to see if we can make some friends here and maybe finally get through the opening scenario of this campaign. And we'll see you then.